What is up, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason. We're back, man, for another NBA playoff game day breakdown. It is super late in the night, the day before. These games go off for Wednesday, May 14th. Let's start talk about it, man. Let's get to it.
Let's smoke the books.
The Lock Talk.
All right, guys. So it's late at night. We cashed already with the Pacers plus 7.5. Like I told you, they were gonna bounce the Cavaliers, unfortunately, outright. I have one more game going on. I do not know if the over is gonna hit for the Nuggets and Thunder game, but we'll see what happens. I think right now, if I look on my phone, let me see. I think the total right now is at, let's see, the live total. Let's see. I'll show you guys. Can you guys see the live total right now? Well, take my word for it. The live total right now is at 217.5. I'll give you guys over 220.5. I have no idea if it's gonna hit or not, but it's not looking that amazing. But they're in the striking zone. If the game stays kind of close, maybe it'll hit. But we'll see what happens, man. Right now Denver is beating them 90-81, so that's crazy. We'll see what happens. I didn't like the spread at all, but like I said, man, Nuggets been playing these guys really close. But enough of that. Let's talk about these games right here. The first game is obviously close to my heart, so let's see. But it looks like all the money right now is on the Knicks and the Celtics. The Knicks are 4.5-point dogs on the road in Boston. So obviously, I mean, like I say in every video, there's not too much for me to talk about, except this. Obviously, is the biggest injury. Let's see, right here. Jason Tatum is out for the rest of the year. Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles. He is definitely out. And that's huge because Tatum is obviously a huge part of this team. I think he's the second best player. I honestly think Jaylen Brown's a better player than him, but honestly, we can argue about all that. I think Jason Tatum is a good player, but I think, even last year, I thought Jaylen Brown was the best player on that team. I digress. Thing is, do they cover the spread? Why are they still favorites? Well, just remember this, right? The last time they played in Boston, they were 10 to 9 point favorites in Boston. So let me just put the picture here. 10 to 8.5 point favorites. So, they're basically implying that Jason Tatum is a 5.5 point favorite. 5.5 point worth to this team. Ooh, I don't know if he's worth 5.5 points. That's me personally. I think he's worth 4 to 3.5 points, but 5.5 is a lot because if obviously 5.5 from the last time they played in Boston, I don't know, man. Like that's why they are 4.5 point dogs. 4.5 point favorites versus being maybe 5 point favorites or 4.5 point favorites. We can argue all day, but I will say I do think the line may have moved a little bit too much. But with that all being said, this is the playoffs, man. It's a lot different. Obviously, the Knicks have these guys on their heels. They're up 3-1 on the series. They can win it all with this game today. For us, if we're going to bet the spread, they don't even have to win. They can just cover 4.5 points. The thing is, do they have enough to beat the Celtics? So what I did is, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone because I want to show you guys something. Maybe I'll put it on the screen right here, but I looked up how the Celtics did this season without Tatum, and funny enough, let me see if I can pull it. Let's see. So we look at the Celtics this year without Tatum, man. They only lost, let's see, 2 games out of, I think, there's about 11 games on this, but the only 2 games they lost were to Orlando, surprisingly enough. But every other game they won. They beat Detroit 2 times. They beat Portland, Utah Jazz, Brooklyn, Washington, and Charlotte. Besides Detroit, all those teams were terrible. They were the worst teams on the East, worst teams in their respective conferences. Utah, terrible this year. Portland, when they beat them, let me see. I don't think they were on their hot streak. So they were at the end of their hot streak. So yeah, even in Portland, but even Phoenix, terrible. The team was, every single team they beat without Tatum were bad teams. So it's hard to judge, at least this year, how they stand without him. Definitely going to be a huge loss, though. Knicks have all the momentum. It's crazy because they have not been playing that close in any of these games. They've just been coming back out of nowhere. getting momentum and then really just winning the games. I did say in the last video the Knicks would play a lot closer than any of the other games, and that was definitely the case. I mean, they were pretty much like, very low. I mean, they were losing, but not by that much in the third quarter, and then they finally came back and won outright. But obviously, Celtics will not have Tatum. They'll probably have to start like Derek White. Maybe they'll start Kristaps in this game. Maybe they'll have Peyton Pritchard come on for more minutes. So Horford might start. I actually think him being out is definitely a big impact, but I do not think it's a 5.5 point impact, or maybe even a 4.5 point. I think he's a 4 to 3.5 point value to this game. So with that being said, it hurts me to say this, but I mean, I think on paper, I think the side is the Celtics. I think you should bet the. I think if I was to bet purely on the numbers, I think the Celtics are definitely the side. I mean, again, I think this line movement is way too much. They're playing at home, backs against the wall, but I don't know, man. I personally don't want to do that. I do want to see the Knicks win. I want to cheer for the Knicks. I'd say this is what I will say for the video. If I was to bet purely on numbers and things like that, even without Tatum, I think it's an overreaction on the number. I think this line should really be 5.5. Personally, even without Tatum. But I'm not betting that, man. If I was to actually bet as a New Yorker, I'll probably stay away from this game. It'll be typical Knicks fashion for them to lose this game even without Tatum. But I do think this is an overreaction to the line. I do think that the Celtics are still the better team without Tatum, crazy enough. But home court advantage, they're going to be playing like crazy. Knicks, can they get the job done, man? I really do hope they win. But for the sake of the video, like, I am not counting this on my record, man. But I do think the Celtics, though, I think it's too many. I think they're discounting the Celtics way too much. But we'll see what happens, though. All right, guys. Second game on the board, man. But before I talk about the second game on the board, please, you've been listening this long, go hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Leave a number 5, because I hope the Knicks beat these Celtics in 5, man. So put a number 5. Let me know you've been watching the video. And let's get straight to the last one, man. There's another one where we may see someone, someone might get bounced, bruh. I mean, I don't know. I think, look, I've been saying all year long, I think the Timberwolves are going to bounce these guys. I think Steph Curry is supposed to still be out. I think if the Warriors are somehow able to win this game, he will come back on the next one. And it's literally, I mean, it is do or die for the Warriors, but I'm going to cut it short, man. I think the Timberwolves will win this game. I don't know if they win by 11.5 points. I mean, it's a big number. We did take them one time already at this big number when they beat them when Steph Curry got hurt on that next game. But like I said, man, I do not think the Warriors have enough to beat this Timberwolves team. They need us. The reason why they traded for Jimmy Butler was because they needed help. They needed that one other guy. They lost their main guy, and Jimmy's not enough to carry this team, bro. So I think this number is a little high. I think this number should be 10.5, but I don't know. I guess they're giving even more of a discount or more benefit to the fact that Curry's not, like, they're putting in the numbers now that Curry's not there. I think this line's like kind of sharp though. It's a very tough number. I think the Timberwolves win. Do they cover this number? I don't know. I'm not looking to back this. I would probably skip all these games, to be honest, but I think for the sake of the video, I think Timberwolves going to blow these guys out again, man. I mean, yes, they only won by 7 in the last game. They did cover that number, though, right? I mean, like I said, just because they lost, they didn't cover because of a last-minute 3 does not scare me at all. Look, Anthony Edwards, he's had an amazing series so far. I think he continues to do that. Like I said, man, they have the advantage down low. They have the rebounding advantage. They have the defensive advantage. I mean, yeah, the Warriors, they can shoot lights out. Their backs against the wall, but I don't think they have enough. I don't think they win. Do they cover I don't think the Warriors are going to win. I think the Timberwolves are going to bounce these guys. They'll play the winner of the Nuggets Thunder game, but I do think the side is, in my opinion, the Timberwolves. But let's see. It looks like everyone's got their money on the Warriors. Go figure. I mean, it makes sense. No one wants to lay a lot of points with the Timberwolves, but I'm telling you, man, I've been saying in all these videos, the Warriors just don't have enough, man. I have this line capped at a 10, just like it was like without Curry on that last one. I think Curry's worth a lot more than Tatum's worth to the Celtics, but we'll see, man. But give me the Timberwolves minus 11.5. They're gonna bounce these guys and blow them out, and we'll see them play someone on the West Coast, Thunder or Nuggets. Let's see who's winning this game right now. I don't even know who's winning this game. Oh wow, this game's getting close. 92-90. Damn. All right, so it might be Thunder or Nuggets. We'll see. But all right, guys, that's enough for the video, man. Thank you so much for tapping in and watching. Again, you want to see more of me? Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Celtics are getting bounced? Are they going to survive for one more game? Who do you think makes it through? I got my finals prediction already. I think I already know who I think is going to make it all the way to the end. But until the next one, man, I'll see you on that next video.